Hey there, Chris McCarthy here with Brand Identified, and today I'm going to walk you through an AI business integration plan to define your ideal client and your audience targeting. You can use this 6-step framework to build a detailed audience profile that sharpens your brand's messaging, improves your targeting, and increases your conversions. So today we're going to cover a 6-step AI-powered framework. We're going to go over the 10 questions that you must answer and define for your AI strategy. We're going to show you how to accelerate your strategy using the BrandOptimizer.AI custom GPT, and we're going to go over a 6-step prompt sequence to customize your framework and your strategy using that BrandOptimizer.AI custom GPT. And then I'm going to show you how to install Brand Growth AIOS into your business. So let's go ahead and get started. First off is the AI-powered framework. And now step 1 here is to define that. You're going to start by answering these 10 questions. These responses give you the insight to define exactly who your brand should speak to and who it shouldn't. So question number 1 is, who do you currently consider your ideal customer or audience? Start by defining the core characteristics like industry, role, size, location, and anything that describes your best fit clients. Question number 2 is, what common challenges or pain points do they experience? Understanding their problems lets you speak directly to their needs and position your solution as the answer. Question number 3 is, what specific outcomes or desires are they looking for when they engage with your brand? Knowing what they want to achieve or avoid helps you frame your messaging around results, not just features. Question number 4, how well do you understand your audience's buying behaviors or decision-making processes? This reveals what drives or delays their purchase decisions so that you can address objections and speed up your sales cycle. Question number 5 is, do you currently have any audience segmentation in place? Segmentation allows you to tailor messaging and offers. If you don't have it yet, this is a key step to improve your relevance. Question number 6 is, what sources do your ideal clients use to find solutions or research their options? Knowing where your audience looks, for example, on social media, through referrals, or searching, helps you focus your marketing channels and your content. Question number 7, have you created any customer avatars, personas, or detailed profiles? These profiles help your team visualize and consistently speak to your target audience. And question number 8, which groups do you think are not a good fit for your brand or your offer? Defining who you don't serve is just as important to avoid wasted time and diluting your messaging. Question number 9, what feedback, insights, or patterns have you gathered from your past customers or your leads? Looking back at what worked or didn't provides valuable lessons to refine your targeting strategy. And question number 10, if your targeting strategy was perfectly aligned, what would change for your brand? Better targeting means higher conversions, clear positioning, and more efficient marketing. So step number 2 is to clarify. This is going to turn your audience insights into a clear definition of who you're trying to reach. Your brand can't speak to everyone. This step is about turning your raw answers into specific targeting criteria that defines your best fit clients, including demographics, behaviors, motivations, and their needs. So you will identify your core audience segments based on industry, role, stage of business, geography, or budget. You will clarify what challenges they face and what outcomes they're pursuing, and you will get specific about how they buy, what they care about, and how they search for their solutions. Now, I've also included BrandOptimizer.AI prompts in here. So this prompt right here in step 2 of clarification is, we are a business type, so you would insert your business type there, that serves your target audience. Now, based on the following answers to our targeting questions, help us define our ideal client profile, including demographics, behaviors, challenges, goals, and buying personas or buying patterns. And then you would go ahead and paste in those 10 questions and those 10 answers there. Now, I want to make sure that you're not just dumping those into ChatGPT or another large language model. So I want you to make sure that you are using BrandOptimizer.AI. So this is a custom GPT that I've developed that's based off of the entire knowledge base of Brand Identified, 25 years working with dozens of clients. So make sure you're heading over to BrandOptimizer.AI, click on Launch the Custom GPT. It's going to open ChatGPT, but it's going to open it up into the custom interface for just Brand Optimizer. Now, like I said, this is the only one that has access to the full knowledge base. So by prompting this, you're going to get all the information back that's specifically designed for this framework and this operating system. So make sure you are using BrandOptimizer.AI to then just go ahead and add in that prompt down there and all the additional prompts that I'm going to be providing here in this framework. So back over here, now we're on to step number 3 is going to be structure. So you want to build a detailed audience personas or segmentation groups. Once your audience is clearly defined, you need structured profiles that your team could use across marketing, sales, and product development. These profiles make your targeting real and repeatable. So you're going to create 2 to 3 customer personas or audience segments using the insights from step number 1. Then you're going to want to make sure that you include the name and title, the industry, the company size, the goals, the pain points, the buying behaviors, sources of influence, and the key objections. And you're going to go ahead and define separate profiles for customers that you want to attract and those you want to avoid. And then I've added in another BrandOptimizer.AI prompt there, so you can go add that in over at BrandOptimizer.AI. So now moving on to step number 4, this is embed. So use your targeting strategy to shape internal messaging, offers, and decision making. Customer profiles aren't just for marketing. They should influence how your entire business talks, sells, and serves, from content to sales calls to service and delivery. So you're going to want to align your offers, your pricing, and your product delivery with what your ideal audience wants most. You're going to want to train your team to recognize who is or isn't a good fit using your profiles, and you're going to use your segments to tailor onboarding, customer experience, and retention. And then I've got another BrandOptimizer.AI prompt down there for you as well. So now step number 5 is to show. Refine your outward-facing brand and content to attract the right people. The best targeting strategy shows up in your brand's voice, visuals, and your messaging. This step is about making your brand magnetic to your ideal client and invisible to the wrong ones. So you're going to rewrite your homepage, your about page, and product pages with your audience in mind. You're going to shape your content around their problems, their objections, and their desired outcomes. And you're going to create messaging filters to ensure that all marketing speaks directly to your ideal audience. And then, as always, we've got another BrandOptimizer.AI prompt down there for you to use for step number 5. That moves us on to the final step number 6, and that is review. So reassess your targeting strategy as your business evolves. Audience behavior, market dynamics, and product focuses can shift. So you want to make sure that you set regular reviews to make sure that your targeting stays sharp, strategic, and aligned with your growth goals. So you're going to want to review your client base quarterly to see who's converting, staying, and getting results. You want to update your personas if new trends, industries, or use cases emerge, and you want to collect real-time feedback from marketing and sales on lead quality and fit. And then finally, we have another prompt for step number 6 that you can load into BrandOptimizer.AI. So next we're going to move on to a 6-step prompt sequence that you can load into BrandOptimizer.AI. This will instantly create your custom strategy with these prompts over there in that custom GPT. So the first is a strategy prompt, and that is, help me build a complete strategy for ideal client and audience targeting that aligns with our brand and our business goals. Step number 2, or prompt number 2, is execution prompt. This is, give me a step-by-step execution plan to implement ideal client and audience targeting effectively in our business. Prompt number 3 is audit and optimization prompt. This is, audit our current ideal client and audience targeting and recommend improvements or optimizations that we should make. Prompt number 4 is a template and a tool prompt. This is, provide a fill-in-the-blank template or framework that I can use to create or improve our ideal client and audience targeting. The 5th prompt is a role-based prompt. So you're going to say, how should A, and then you're going to insert a title or a position within your organization. So for example, founder, CMO, marketing manager, approach ideal client and audience targeting in a growing business. And finally, the 6th prompt here is an integration prompt, and that is, how does ideal client and audience targeting connect with or support other areas like marketing, sales, and operations? So that is the 6-prompt sequence. Next, we're going to move on to the Brand Growth AIOS. So this is an AI-powered operating system that optimizes your business. It is a proprietary 16-phase optimization and execution strategy that integrates 60 specialized services into one unified growth engine. It is designed to transform your business into a high-performance, fully optimized, and scalable operation. Every service is delivered in a structured, sequence-based framework that starts with deep diagnostics and applies proven strategic models and then executes with AI-enabled tools and automations. So I've prepared a short little overview of the Brand Growth AIOS system. So I'm going to go ahead and cue that up so you can watch that right now. But also make sure you check out BrandIdentified.com for more information, and then also BrandGrowthAIOS.com as well. The Brand Growth AIOS is a complete operating system for your business. It's a proprietary 16-phase optimization and execution strategy that pulls together 60 specialized services into one unified growth engine. The entire system is designed to take your business from where it is today and transform it into a high-performance, fully optimized, and scalable operation. Now, here's the important part. This isn't just a collection of services thrown together. Every step is structured, it's sequence-based, and it follows a very specific framework. We begin with deep diagnostics, then move into proven strategy models, and then bring it all to life with AI-enabled tools and automations. Once the Brand Growth AIOS is installed inside your business, here's what you can expect. Your company will run on a streamlined, data-driven, AI-supported infrastructure. You will deliver a consistent, high-quality client experience that drives both retention and referrals. Your offers, pricing, and positioning will be optimized for your market. You'll have predictable opportunities coming in through campaigns, funnels, and content systems that are built to work together. And you, as the founder, along with your leadership team, will finally be able to focus on strategy instead of being stuck in daily execution. So let's talk about what that means for your role versus ours. Your role requires only a minimal time investment, about 15 minutes per day for quick approvals and roughly 30 minutes a week for high-level strategic reviews. That is it. Our role is to handle everything else: the audit, the strategy, the design, the build out, the optimization, and the execution of your complete Brand Growth AIOS. That way, you can stay focused on leading your business while we install the system that allows it to scale.